3. Смотрим. Чат. В 5. Взлетела.
The first of the Darkspawn.
Там мы пропускаем, закрыть, выбираем рога. Вот так. Далее.
Greetings.
О, набор установок. Вот это кожа. Оттенок. Мы оставляем тут свою модельку. Цвет губ я меняла. Тоненькие. Волосы. У меня светлые. Вот это было. Брови отсюда. Далее.
Greetings. How do you do?
А у нас ловкость, сила воли, хитрость. Далее. Раз. Далее. 2. 3. Далее. Средний. Окей.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world.
Все.
Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles.
Окей, мы это всё
Greetings, my
видели.
lady. You are dressed and ready. Excellent.
Так.
I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast? You couldn't look anything less than beautiful. The armor only accentuates it. Although the idea of you charging naked into battle holds a certain appeal. Don't you remember how this game goes? I get undressed, then one of your brothers or cousins appears and thrashes me. I'll take my chances somewhere outside the palace if you don't mind. Perhaps after the feast? Well, thoughts for later, I suppose. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Rumor has it that Harrowmont hopes you'll be swept off your feet if a well-placed young nobleman wins the provings in your honor. Win the proving in your own honor? That would be most interesting. Shall we then? With you as always, my lady. The day is ours until the feast.
Так. Давай мы это все сразу. Поедем. Кинжал. Булава 5-7. Короткий лук сюда. Доспех сюда нужно. Так, кольцо памяти плюс просто пусть. Пробивание брони, поезд мастера 3 хитрости. Мы будем ходить красивыми. на припарке кладем вот тут.
Congratulations on being named commander, my lady.
Congratulations. This is for me.
Milo Dylan? Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, Your Highness.
Письмо.
Ха.
Окей. Взять руну. Взять ремень. Продадим потом.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming.
She's, it seems she's one of your brother Balin's newest, companions. Prince Balin is attending the feast being held in Lady Iduken's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out. With your leave, my lady. Thank you.
Запертый предмет. Так, мы открыли экспу, получили, почитать почитали. Теперь мы... Туру-туру-тум. Бежим. Сюда нам не надо. А сюда нам надо. Закрыто. Ну, сюда не надо. Так, мы делаем сохранить игру.
Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
Sure, we can work this out. Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lady Iduken, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Iduken, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
The king, as well as several other lords, are quite fond of his work. He writes of the ancient paragons.
This worm has written a book that slanders my house. It doesn't matter, it's all lies.
My work tells the stories of all those raised paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Iduken was much loved, but he was still a man. He was plagued by melancholy, and his fervor regarding Orzamar's safety bordered on obsession. When Iduken was proposed as a paragon, only one lord in the Assembly objected. The others savagely hacked him to death. Iduken's motion passed without a single dissenting vote.
Unlike Volney, is that what you mean, old man?
Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
Exactly. Nobody cares about your truth, old man. We honor our ancestors. Your Highness, allow me to kill this worm for his disrespect.
You would have me write lies? Just to appease some idea about honor? Well, perhaps I could emphasize Volney's perseverance over great odds.
Would that satisfy you, Lord Volney?
He should be killed. But I bow to House Iduken's fabled mercy.
My thanks. House Iduken is blessed to have you.
The finest in home decorations!
Certainly have some gall, merchant.
My lady, you honor me.
What?
Nothing beats a good set of steel cutlery.
Atras Vala, big sister. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my sibling's second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast. I'd advise you to watch that tongue, dear sibling. Father will not live forever. Come, Balin.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king. That it is. Let's get back to enjoying it, shall we?
Greetings,
I'm flat.
Telly. I guess you're right. Sorry, sir.
They're noble hunters, my lady. Because a man takes... If it brings new swords to a house, so many nobles look favorably on such women.
Then perhaps you'd tell your brothers to come say hello?
Telly, mind your manners. My lady is kind and generous beyond her duty.
Yes.
Invest in the next great trade expedition!
Greetings. I am so honored to have you visit my booth.
Yet you dare now. Very well then, speak.
Yes, just so. Here's the thing. What I mean to say is... Sorry. So nervous. I had a dagger made, for you, as a gift for your first command. Sent a messenger to deliver the dagger to you. Prince Trian had him thrown out. I don't know what offense he caused, but I had him beaten severely. Here it is, Your Highness.
That's an amazing piece, merchant.
You do me much honor, sir. The blade has been crafted over a period of 2 years by masters of every art. I wish to bless the lady's first command and hope that someday, when she rules, she will wear it.
Trian is heir. He will rule when King Endrin returns to the stone.
If the Assembly wills it. Forgive me, sir, but whispers say the second child of Endrin will be chosen.
Whispers indeed. It's a princely gift. If Trian recognizes it, though, it may send the wrong message. Or the right one, depending on your view.
Thank you. You bring
What he means is that you'll bring uncountable gold to him if you wear that piece in public.
Oh.
Is it hard to be the king? Shall we?
И сейчас не вылетит.
My lady, are you heading to the proving arena? We have been charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
Will we be leaving then? We are at your command. None of these fighters could hold their own against Sir Blackstone.
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor? Your presence encourages the fighters to greater feats. I'll call the first fighters in a moment. I hope you're enjoying the proving so far.
Ciao.
Greetings, Lady Iduken. Are you enjoying the proving so far? Your presence will inspire these fighters to even greater effort.
This is the lead trainer of the provings, my lady. He teaches nobles from lower houses without their own trainers, and the best young men from the warrior caste. No. My father thought it was a waste to study dual-style combat, as I was pledged to be your second.
However, Sigorum has helped teach many classes on small-scale tactics, especially shield work. Did the two of you hear about the scandal here last week?
We've been preparing for tomorrow's battle, and have had little time for gossip.
The Grey Wardens are in Orzammar searching for recruits, so the warrior caste arranged a proving. The goal was for the Grey Wardens to recruit the winner, bringing him honor and a chance for glory. Sir Everd, fresh from fighting Darkspawn, got dead drunk before the proving. Then some casteless bruiser took Sir Everd's armor, wore it, and won the proving. They took the imposter to jail. I assume to be thrown into the Deep Roads as meat for the Darkspawn. The warrior caste is in an uproar. An incident like this raises many questions. Well, how the brand got in here to begin with.
Or how a casteless learned to fight like that. They aren't even allowed to possess weapons.
I've heard they fight in the slums with the old cast-offs. I'm almost curious to see.
I doubt King Endrin would approve of that.
I suppose not. All right, I have to go check on the fighters. It was an honor to speak with you, Your Highness. My thanks. Sigorum, I'll see you later. Good luck tomorrow, the both of you.
Good day, Lady Iduken.
My lady? Your wish is our command.
Я не туда свернула. Блин, дурацкий замок.
I am proud to serve the idea.
Я ж тебя уже не взяла. Изображение
My lady? Not much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of the Deep Roads excursions and raised the family to the top of the warrior caste. He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you. As you will.
Good day, Lady Iduka.
Huh.
Ну и что по залу осталось? Эх, побежали.
I am at your service.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lady. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent. There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause. I keep my ears to the stone, my lady. I hear many things, some of which could be a great help during your mission tomorrow. A little forewarning to help your forearming, if you know what I mean. When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Greetings, my Lady Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last. I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the quickest fighter in all of House Idukan. I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the Deep Roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world. You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know? Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer Dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since Dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn. Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn. Truly? Then I will speak to your father after tomorrow's battle. I have my doubts he will relent, but there is always hope. Until then, good luck to you. Show the Darkspawn what your people are made of.
You're a fool.
He's just waiting for you. In a month. Darkspawn is waiting.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did. Show you are to be respected, and I will no longer speak to you as a child. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you. If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant Caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster. Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Dukin.
She's saying that if the air-touched dwarves have their connections to their houses restored, you'll end up footing the bill for Lord Dace's disaster.
Oh, if I were 20 years younger, I'd bed you just to get some of that quick wit in my house. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacer's kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace. Just so, my clever friend. Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called Surface Caste are right where they belong. That should take Lord Dace down a peg or two. Good. Your house's reputation hangs in the balance.
Где тут эти братья мои? Бемет, Харумонт.
I am at your service.
Все обнести.
Huh. I am at your service, my lady.
Your Highness, what a surprise.
It is good to
I
see you, my
apologize
lady.
if we are in your way.
Yes.
Итак, копеечка до копеечки.
All right.
Your father is very proud of you. My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar.
or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my sweet daughter. How fine you look in your grandmother's armor. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses? So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Aeducan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called service caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
Are you satisfied, Lord Dace? Do you feel you have learned something about the prospect?
Yes, my king.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms. Walk well, Commander.
He is dead. I'm going.
May the ancestors grant
It
us
isn't our
victory
newest
against
commander.
the Dark
Your father is
Spawn.
Congratulations, Your Highness.
Congratulations.
Good luck to you tomorrow.
Даже разговаривать с тобой не буду, засранец. Так, мы ищем Триана. Говно зазнавшееся. Toxic Castle. Old brother. Sponsor apartment. Нести комнату брата, конечно же. В смысле?
And I'm off.
Взять все. Дневник. Маленький завистливый засранец. Есть что? Ничего нет.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father? Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves. Is it also his right to secure his own power at the expense of everyone around him? Big Sister, Trian is going to try to kill you. I overheard him giving orders to some of his men, and I was shocked. Then it began to make sense. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Twice, it was a woman. Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian Veer's father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside. You're the elder. I'll follow your lead as always.
Permission to speak freely? Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
You're my elder. I'll respect any decision you make, but please be careful. I don't want to lose my dearest sister. You're welcome. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Harrowmont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them.
That means Balin
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Harrowmont and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my sister.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Aeducan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions? The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the Lords and demonstrate the strength of Aeducan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
First one to kill it gets the crown.
Would you like me to record your next of kin?
Паучок, паучок. Суслик, паукан.
Trap. So simple to see, really. Don't look now.
Sorry.
Going.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn? As you say, onward then.
Не. Перегорожу. Не сюда. Wrong way. Труп гнома. Гном спрайт. Глубинные охотники.
Not bad.
Я шога.
If you insist.
Ancestors guide my arm! Death will be your release!
Все, закончились. Червяка морды я. Червяка морды я. Ясно. Опять не тот путь.
Trap. So simple to see, really.
But never any shortage of these ones.
Trap. So simple to see.
Now this should be fun.
Going.
Да. Не попрыгаешь. Прыгать еще было нельзя. Сюда. Давай мы возьмем, где у нас Склянок нету, да? Да.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure. And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful. Well, abandoned isn't vacant, apparently. Still, 2 months ago we couldn't get within a mile of this place. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
Ну, пожалуй, мы сохранимся, потому что у него слетели текстуры, мне кажется, меня скоро выкинет. Пара-пара-пам. Существо с рангом.
Crap. So simple to see, really. Don't look now.
Так, ты идешь. Ты вот это, ты что можешь?
Yes.
Ну, тебя в принципе-то не жалко. Курма мы не можем терять. Что у тебя есть?
Good hit!
Да вставай, говнюк, ты мне тут это сейчас будешь предавать меня всячески.
Yes.
Где-то у меня уже лавалапка. Хочу лавалапку.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
It could have been stolen. Recently, or generations back.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Understood. Let's move, men.
Let's move, man.
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I don't let my boys have a go at you before I kill you. I'm your better, that's who. And as to how I got in, that's a question you'll have to ask the stone after I butcher you. Now where's the shield?
Bit for bite, huh? Both of us banking on killing the other and losing nothing by the telling? Very well. One of Prince Trian's men brought me this ring. It opened the door just fine. Now where is the sodding shield? Just kill them, boys. We'll find this shield on our own.
Так, ты. Вот так. Ты. Вот так. Ты. Вот так. Ты сюда.
Simple to see you.
Раз.
Sting
And I'm off. Yeah. How amusing!
Ты. Ах ты сука! Нет, ты баллистой стреляешь, говно собачье. Я твой дом трубаш это. Как тебе понять? Стоять. Вот так.
This is wonderful!
Заряды для баллисты. Заряды для баллисты.
And I'm off.
Кольцо с печаткой.
Is that really Trian's signet ring? Or it may be a warning for us to keep our guard up. Agreed. Now perhaps we should find the shield.
Конечно, we should find the shield. Definitely. Бомбу брать.
Trap. So simple to see, really.
Раз. Тихо.
Going. Don't look now. No.
Beaten. Окей, так. Все выбрали, все собрали.
All right.
Сделаем сохранение. Поедем дальше.
This is the room. How do we get the shield? You two, see if you can spot anything. It seems some of these tiles are different from the others. That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much.
The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Iduken.
If it helps rally the troops, it's a good thing. We need to get to the other rendezvous point. Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
asked for it!
Попасть не можешь, он, блин, душёный стоит, да ладно.
All right.
We're coming for you!
If you insist.
Нужен опыт. Хочу уровень. Всех убью. Да, останусь. Так, никого нет, да? Всё, Барабабов ничего не принес. Ну что ж. Побежали. Середа и Лука.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here. I wish I had your confidence.
What's that you're muttering about? Uh-huh. All right, then.
Okay, seems like everyone died. Заходи. Не туда. Я развернула. Дурацкие глубинные тропы. А вот и наш брат мертвый.
By the stone, it's Trian.
It must have been a Darkspawn attack.
This doesn't look like Darkspawn. No bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Someone's coming.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Valand was right.
Маленький интриган.
My daughter, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
Just long enough to slay Trian.
My lady is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lady Aydukin came up to them all friendly-like, but when we got close, she ordered us to attack.
Then we shall discover the truth.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance. Afterward, my lady stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham!
Do you have anything else to say, my daughter?
I want to believe that. I really do.
Bind her. She will be judged before the Assembly. To Orzammar.
Level upчик.
Sir. And all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you please? I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you? I could be better. I have bad news, though. The Assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years. He's more clever than either of us ever thought. Some of the lords, especially Harrowmont, are suspicious of Balin's instant rise to power. They are rallying, but far too slowly. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us. My knighthood will be stripped, my name torn from my family records. But I will be allowed to attempt some sort of life on the surface. Lord Harrowmont moved for a similar exile for you, but Balin's supporters overwhelmed him. You are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed. It doesn't have to be. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan. Well, perhaps this was meant to be. If you can find them, I'm sure you can join them and escape the deep roads. Balin underestimated you, much as we underestimated him. I begged to go with you and fight at your side, but Balin's pet nobles wouldn't hear of it. I know you will, but still. Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up. We have no time, my heart. The guards won't keep quiet about something like that. Your family will know. As you say, my dearest one. I must go now. I will always love you, my lady.
And after I come to Denerim, he will already have fucking family and all this shit.
Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby
Принеси мне,
sentenced
пожалуйста,
to
Пепси.
exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out? I want to believe that. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this for your father's sake. I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies. He is old, and this tragedy has hit him hard. He will rest better now, though, knowing the truth. I will. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
May the stone accept you when you fall. Позволь-ка мне принять тебя, когда ты упадешь. My helmet. Automatically weird. Do-do-do-do-do. Not today. Давай смотреть, что у нас тут есть. Все забрали, все, что могли забрать собаки. Мэ. Сколько надо? Вот 6 ловкости, 13 силы. Твою ж мать. Ну, зато у меня теперь этот... Как он называется? Инвентарь не переполненный, вот. О. Доспех годится. Вот сюда. Перчатка все так же.
Yes. Going. All right.
Классно. Я промахиваюсь. Теоретически. Есть клинок? Паук. У паука нет клинка. Да-да. Мне срочно нужен второй. Второй и...
So simple.
So simple, как тебя, блин. О,
See, really.
Давайте перебиваем. Вы за мной бежите. Давай. Иди сюда. Идешь? Где ты там ушел, Пашенька?
Don't look now. I'm off.
Может, у тебя будет клиночек.
All right. That won't stop me. Oh, I'm glad. Yes. Have at you then. All right. Are you joking? Surely you're joking. Yes. Yes. Going. And I'm off. Huh.
О, кинжал, наконец-то. Ура! Перчатки. Ящик. Куда бегать?
Trap. So simple to see, really.
All right. Yes.
Давай.
And I'm off. Not bad.
Блин. С головой. Есть что-то с собой. Дорогой друг. Нет, ладно. Побежали дальше. Иди. Она будет колоть, конечно, этой секира. Это будет нечто. Нет. Что может быть?
Behind you!
Скелет. Еще будет. Денег нет, но выдержалась еще одна ловушка, да, я знала. Я чувствовала. В смысле, что-то почти ни при чем. То я обратно вернула. Уровень навигации женщина.
Don't look. If you insist. Going. All right. Yes, and I'm off.
Ты промахиваешься по стоящему оглушенному чуваку. Ты чё? Ты чё, мать? Чё с тебя? Поболтать нельзя? Эх ты, бомж. Несчастный.
Trap. So simple to see, really.
And I'm off. Yes. Going.
Превосходный гномий доспех. Гвардейский гномий доспех. Охренеть. Я, правда, бомж, я такое носить не могу. Нам не надо. Сюда пройдем.
Ха.
5 серебряных монет. И так копеечка до копеечки. Что у нас тут есть? Я не доразведала оставшиеся отрезок пути. Пошли туда. Может, там еще кто-то не убитый страдает. Дим, ты там чай грел? Это микроволновка от тебя пощит? Конечно.
Not enough. And I'm off.
Это вся экспа. Теперь можно бежать навстречу Дункану. Текстурам плохо. Вот бы они сделали, переработали ее под нормальную машинную графику.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Lady Idukan, What are you doing here alone? Where are your troops? I'm aware of your family's experience with these tunnels, but no dwarf has set foot here for years. May I ask what happened? Ah, you have been made to walk the deep roads, then.
You mean you were exiled? What happened?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend. It is not the way of this order to pass judgments on the pasts of others. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Aidukan. When last we spoke, you told me you wished to join our order. I imagine this isn't quite what you meant, but you may still find great honor here. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order. Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Cailan. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner. We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korcari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name? Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar. Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime. I meant after we defeat the Blight, of course. I doubt Loghain will give me a moment's rest until then. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days? Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon. No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive. The Joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Is necessary.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. Bratobitsa. It's me. Brother killer. Well, here we save our game and say and see you till tomorrow because it's late and I wanna sleep. Well, thank you for watching. See you.